you son of a bitch.
Cause Pawn's drunk loves ya.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. Boxing, boxing, boxing. Oh, yo, come on, come on. Punch on boxing in the building. Let's go, smash that light button, smash that light button, let's go.
I'll see it, and you lay it. Crossovers, Pitbull, jump shot, Jay. The voice of Harlem, yes indeed. Let me tell you what I need. I need money, don't need fame. No beef, no 50, no game. No game. I am the light. I keep it.
It's getting crazy out here in the sport of boxing 2026.
Yeah. You know how I do it. I don't even need no music. No doors, dress, no music.
Let's go, 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 let's go.
No music.
Let's get ready to rumble.
You already know this is Pawn's Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself, aka El Adobo, aka El Sazón, aka El Borracho, aka Café Bustelo, aka El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this side of heaven. God bless you all. Ladies and gentlemen, boxing is lit, boxing is lit. A lot of content, a lot of content. Shout out to Keyshawn Davis, man, doing this thing out there, man. Collaborating with streamers out there, doing what he needs to do to elevate his brand. He calls himself the businessman. Hopefully get back in the ring with a great opponent. You know what I'm saying? A lot of boxing. Y'all already know Jay Opetaia, cruiserweight, lineal champion of the world, did his thing yesterday versus Brandon Glanton. But, of course, there's a lot of drama going on or surrounded Jay Opetaia, which we're going to be talking about, you know what I'm saying, this evening. Also, we got Gervonta Davis getting back in the ring in negotiations with Pitbull Cruz for a rematch. An anticipating rematch in the sport of boxing that people have been talking about it. Now, I'm not going to say that's one of the most asked rematches, but that was the guy that first really pushed Gervonta Davis to the limit, that actually, you know what I'm saying, that tampered with his aura, you know, that made Gervonta Davis look a little bit ordinary compared to what everybody was looking at Gervonta Davis as being this knockout artist, you know what I'm saying, unblemished, man. It's hard to beat him, you know what I'm saying? Pitbull Cruz did challenge him, and there's people out there that feel like that was a draw. In my opinion, I believe that Gervonta Davis beat Pitbull Cruz, but that people was not expecting the performance of Pitbull Cruz because he was a last-minute replacement. Y'all remember that Gervonta Davis was supposed to be fighting Rolly Romero, that Rolly Romero got into some legal issues with lying women, saying that he violated them, and then automatically and magically disappeared. A lot of people was mad at Showtime for not believing in Rolly Romero and not dealing with Rolly Romero in terms of not guilty. You know what I'm saying? Innocent into proven guilty. You know what I'm saying? They just went around and just cut him off, you know, for that fight. But eventually he got the fight with Gervonta Davis. They fought out here in the Barclays Center, and Tank did his thing and stopped Rolly Romero. And Rolly Romero's it's been a name that everybody a lot of people is talking about, even, you know what I'm saying, just recently. Shannon Sharp with his big platform. You already know, shout out to Shannon Sharp, Chad Ochocinco, Nightcap, the Shay Room, whatever you want to call it. They talking about that Clarissa Shields in one of her viral comments during the interview, saying that she could beat any man. She could beat Rolly. You know what I'm saying? And Rolly just stated recently, they say, yeah, she'll beat me because I don't hit women, you know? So shout out to Rolly Romero. At the end of the day, we could talk a little bit about that, you know what I'm saying? Because I was thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? Since Clarissa Shields feels like everybody is delusional, and she's not. She don't feel like she's delusional, right? She goes at everybody that doesn't agree with her delusional mind state in terms of her beating men, especially pro champions, elite pro fighters, world-class fighters, right? And she's going back and forth with Shannon Sharp. She feels like everybody don't know what they're talking about. She's giving us the Roger Mayweather quote. Nobody knows shit about boxing and blah, blah, blah. And I was thinking about it earlier today. And I'm like, you know what? How about, matter of fact, it's true what Clarissa Shields said. She said that no woman is giving us competition. She feels that she says she beat up men, and that's all she does is spar men when she's in preparation or sharpening her tools, right? So let Clarissa Shields fight men. As a matter of fact, I want to see Clarissa Shields fight the winner from Dura and Keith from Tom Thurman. As a matter of fact, I want to see Clarissa Shields fight Boots Ennis. Yeah, I want to see. As a matter of fact, Deontay Wilder's not that big of a guy that he waits a lot. We know that Clarissa Shields is a big woman. I would like to see Deontay Wilder versus Clarissa Shields. Yeah, I mean, look, let's be honest. Come on, we got an eye for talent. We can honestly say that Clarissa Shields got a better technique than Deontay Wilder. Fuck it. Let's see Clarissa Shields in the ring with Deontay Wilder. And look, just so there won't be no mistake and people won't say that you taking it easy on a woman and stuff like that. How about I want Deontay Wilder to, bring out the best in Clarissa Shields. Yeah. Don't go soft on her because she don't like that. So respect. So I want Deontay Wilder to go after Clarissa Shields like he did Stavern. I want him to be Wilder. Yeah, matter of fact, she says she got some good defense. She's really fast with her hands, and she got pop, and she a dog. So yeah, I want Deontay Wilder to fight like he did versus Stavern. You know what I'm saying? That's especially the second fight. And really bring out the best in Clarissa Shields and where she feels like she's the GOAT. Let's not hold. You know what? Nobody wants to be held back. Let's be honest. Nobody wants to be held back. Everybody wants an opportunity. There's gonna be people out there that just didn't believe in your greatness. In your ceiling, in your capability. You just want the opportunity, right? Right, folks? Maybe you did something in your life, or something about you that you could do in your life, but you just want somebody to give you an opportunity, right? So let's give Clarissa Shields an opportunity. Let the whole boxing world petition the commission and the Belt Federation to give Clarissa Shields an opportunity to face a high elite male fighter. Yeah. And see how good she could be. Because you know what? I think she's pretty good. I think she could do well. Get in the ring. I think she could do well. I would like to see her in the ring with Deontay Wilder. I think she would pretty do well. What y'all think, folks? Ike the head out of this Clarissa Shields. Now people gonna turn it around and be like, no punch, yo. So you trying to say that you want a woman to get in the ring with? No. That's what Clarissa Shields saying. I'm just, at this point, if she's going to feel, I don't like people calling us names. If she's going to feel like we're being delusional and we're not giving her the opportunity to go out there and be the great Clarissa Shields that she can, I want her to step inside the ring versus a high elite male fighter. And so she could show herself, to prove to herself and to prove to us that she could be a Rolly Romero, that she could be the Keith from Tom Thurman. And if you could be a Rolly Romero or Keith from Tom Thurman, and she said she could be Triple G, while Triple G was even active, guess what? That means that she could be 90% of the male elite fighters in the sport of boxing. So I believe in Clarissa Shields. I believe in her. I feel that she should step inside the ring. Forget about all the ladies. Forget about Shadeja Green. Forget about Michaela Mayer. Step inside the ring with Deontay Wilder. Matter of fact, Deontay Wilder is you know what I'm saying? It's probably way back in the prime. Step inside the ring. He's not that. He don't weight that much. Step inside with Deontay Wilder. And I want to see what Clarissa Shields going to do to Deontay Wilder. And I believe that Clarissa Shields got a better skill set than Deontay Wilder as well. And I think a lot of people believe in that shit too. But anyway, that's for that. Now we've been talking about the Belt Federation drama with Terrence Buck Crawford, right? Terrence Buck Crawford didn't pay the $1.5 million in which the WBC, Mauricio Sudamon, the presidente, say, Terrence Crawford, we had a deal that he didn't pay the $1.5 million. We had a discussion and we didn't want the full 3%. We made the deal. He could pay $300,000. And also, he did not pay for the Madrimov sanctioning and bill fee. So I don't know what's wrong, and this no good, and this no fair, and I stripping him because he's not paying me the money. So we weren't talking about, the boxing world was talking about the Terrence Crawford, the WBC situation. And then after that, we seen Shakur Stevenson become a 4-division world champion, 2-division lineal champion. January 31st is Madison Square Garden, New York City, my city, versus my guy, Teofimo Lopez. And he beat him. And then a couple of days later, he got stripped from the WBC. And they wanted Shakur Stevenson because he didn't pay the $120,000 before the fight, even though the WBC was not going to be sanctioning the Teofimo Lopez fight. So I don't even know what the hell they wanted $120,000 from Shakur Stevenson. You just want me to give you? You just want me to give you money, huh? You just want me to help you out? I go to the subway and got panhandlers asking for, can I get $1 for a cup of coffee? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Your kids ask you for allowance. Your kids ask you, papi, can I get 5 pesos para comprar candy, papi? But no, the WBC, they don't want papita and juguito. They want $120,000 with a Shakur Stevenson that was not even, his last fight was not even sanctioned by the WBC. Pues they want money. They lo quieren jalar. They want to robbery thing. The fighters. Okay, and now this is a whole different type of sanctioning body, the IBF. A lot of people felt like the IBF was one of the strictest belt federations and stuff like that. They robbery at Opetaia. Yes, because, see, let me say it like this. A lot of people ain't even talking about this. Check this out. And y'all, my people in the chat, y'all could go to the other channels and be like, yo, this is what Punch said. At least, hey, yo, if y'all go and take my talking points, at least give me my props. Go to your other favorite channel and stuff like that. Be in the chat, be in the panel and stuff like that. And then when y'all use my talking point, because I'll be listening, I'll be like, yo, man. I be listening to some people, they never say what I be saying, and then they say what I'm saying after they listening to me, and they don't give me my props. They be act like they're the geniuses and stuff like that. But it's all right. It's all right. That's why this is the boxing community. We feed off education. You know what I'm saying? You give me pointers. I give you pointers. I give you, not point. I mean, pointers. I give you opinion. You give me mine. I educate you. Educate me. We're all a family. But give me my props, damn it. So I've noticed nobody been talking about this. Everybody's just saying that, yo, the IBF is effed up. That the IBF is, if the IBF does strip him, then they need to give that money back. I do think that the IBF should fight back against Sufa because it was Dana White that said he wasn't recognizing the sanctioning bodies. Peep this, Mitchell. Peep this, Mitchell. Because, see, this is when I say that this community, we got a habit of being hypocrites. We have a habit of contradicting ourselves because we may like a fighter or we may not like a fighter. Peep this. They were saying there's people out there that feel like, yo, Shakur Stevenson should pay. That Bud Crawford should pay. And then there's other people that say, it's good that Bud Crawford shouldn't pay. You know what I'm saying? They want too much money. F that. F the Belt Federation and stuff like that. F the WBC and stuff like that. And there's other people that be like, nah, you got to pay to be a champion just like everybody else. You got to pay to be a champion just like everybody else. Now, remember what I've been saying for 2 years already, right? That the man with the flying carpet, what I said. Remember what I said. I'm going to bring this up in all these lives because everything is attached to one another. Everything is connected. Put it this way. Everything is connected to when I said, I got the Matchroom boxing in my pocket, WBC in my pocket, IBF in my pocket, WBO in my pocket, WBA in my pocket, Golden Boy Promotion in my pocket, Top Rank in my pocket. And I said that the man with the flying carpet is going to snatch the rug underneath the promoters and the sanctioning bodies. Right? He said, yo, Punch, why you hiding my head? Which one? Mimito que tú quieras ver. Bobby, this. This is the one thing. Okay. I want to know. Hey, Bobby, what? Bobby Martinez. He said, Punch, why you hiding? Which one? This one you want to see? ¿Cuál tú quieres ver? Yo te lo enseño si tú quieres, maldito palomo. Talking about head. Man, though, hey, I got men that love me too. You know what I'm saying? It's flattering. It's flattering. It's weird, but flattering at the same time. You know. But anyway, so motherfuckers that want to talk about boxing, they be like, Punch, can I see your head? I just want a massage. I just want to see your bald head. You're gonna remind me of ya tú eres pájaro, Bobby. Tú eres pájaro, ya. But anyway, so the belt federations, right? The IBF, this is what a lot of people ain't going to say. The IBF took Jay Opetaia's money because they didn't want to make the same mistake that the WBC made. See, the IBF saw how Terrence Bud Crawford didn't pay and Shakur Stevenson didn't pay. They made sure that, okay, man, we're not happy about this, but okay, pay the sanctioning fee. And then as soon as they got the sanctioning fee, the $80,000, you're gonna be stripped. You're gonna be stripped. Every people, you're gonna be stripped. They made sure not to make the mistake that the WBC made. See, that's what a lot of people ain't even talking about. The IBF was smart on this one. I'm not saying that they good for doing it. All I'm saying is that they smarter than the WBC. See, think about it. If the WBC would have done that to Bud Crawford, right? Take the sanctioning fee and then strip Terrence Bud Crawford. Well, I'm not going to say strip Terrence Bud Crawford, but not put the WBC on the line for Terrence Bud Crawford because you didn't pay the sanctioning fee. This is the money that you owe me for Madrimov. Okay? Now you pay me right now. You know what I'm saying? They didn't strip. They should have stripped them before. They should have said that we would not that Bud Crawford cannot win the belt with Canelo Alvarez because he didn't pay the belt fee. You know what I'm saying? But they let Bud Crawford rock without paying. They let Shakur Stevenson rock without paying, even though that he wasn't fighting for the belt, but they let him rock and going into the other and going to the Teofimo Lopez fight. The IBF is like, you know what? No, we're gonna strip this guy. But first, if we say that we're gonna strip him, then and we strip him, he's not gonna give us $80,000. So let's get the $80,000 first, and then let's strip his ass. And that's what they did. So I agree when Dana White said, or I understood when Dana White said in the press conference yesterday that they might have a lawsuit in their hands. But all of this was going on, all of the drama. Guess who's the man that have spoken the least in the last couple months? Who's the guy that's been who spoke the least, who doesn't tweet about too much about boxing? He's now on the cut. You know who's that? The man with the flying carpet. Every drama that's going on in the sport of boxing, from Belt Federation, the WBC with Terrence Bud Crawford, the WBC with Shakur Stevenson, the IBF with Jay Opetaia, the promoters, Dana White and Eddie Hearn and Conor Ben with Eddie Hearn, Virgil Ortiz with Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions. It's all the man with the flying carpet. He created the drama, and now he's sitting back and watching all these guys kill each other. He's trolling Eddie Hearn, though. Turkey, smart. I've been saying it. I've been saying that this man is playing chess, and this guy is younger than all these guys. Turkey Al-Sheikh is only 43, 44, 45 years old. This guy has played everyone. He don't even have to lift a finger. He's gonna let everybody take themselves out. That's how he's going. That's how Sufa is going to be the place to be. They're gonna be running boxing. It's already set. It's already set, ladies and gentlemen. It's already set. PBC is gonna have their thing because PBC never bit the apple. You understand what I'm trying to say? And I've been telling folks, I told folks, I know y'all hated Punch Drunk for saying it. I know. I just don't understand why people hate me that much. Why people hate what I say. You don't got, a matter of fact, you don't got to like me, but understand what I'm saying is real. I said that Turkey is Al Heyman with a turban. He has taken his blueprint. He just got more money. So Al Heyman could see the Turkey Al Sheikh play from afar. So Top Rank ate the apple. Golden Boy Promotions ate the apple. And Matchroom ate the apple. Queensberry ate the apple. Al Hamon no lo comió. He didn't eat the apple. He didn't eat. I'm gonna tell you. Look, look. When you a street kid and a God-fearing man, you see everything. You know everything. Nothing is new under the sun. That's why I always say that boxing translates to life itself. You know what I'm saying? Turkey Al Sheikh was supposed to be paradise, but there is a forbidden garden. And all these guys, all these promoters, there was Eve. They ate from the forbidden garden. Al Hamon se no lo comió. That's why even Turkey Al Sheikh said, I respect Gervonta Tank Davis' loyalty. You remember when he said that? Let's AI it. Let's AI it. Let's AI. Let me see if I can find that tweet or I can find that interview. When Turkey, credits. Hold on. Hold on if I find it. There was out where his opinion, Javon, of course. Look at this. Okay. It's right here, folks. I think I found it. Turkey makes his opinion of Gervonta Tank Davis extremely clear. One of the world-class boxers that have not fought under Turkey Reha season, the WBA lightweight champion Gervonta Tank Davis is surely owed to some strong opinions that the two sides have each other. An example of this is when Tank said about Al Sheikh, yeah, people selling themselves. That picture with everybody was in the room posing with Turkey. That looked like some devil shit, didn't it? Facts though, devil shit, like they sold their soul. When speaking about a viral photo of Al Sheikh posing with the Boxing Legends 2024. However, it doesn't appear that Al Sheikh holds any bad blood towards Davis, which he made clear during a recent conversation that was posted on Ring Magazine. I don't have a problem with Gervonta or any fighters. If he respects what we are doing to the boxing, I don't have any problem. If he want the green light from Al Heyman, we work with Heyman now. In each card, we have one of 2 fights with Heyman. If Gervonta Davis wants to enjoy the fast train for the glory, he knows where he can search. And of course, I like and I respect the loyalty for his partner, Heyman. Of course, this is something that makes him, in my eyes, big, and I respect it because loyalty is important in the life, Al Sheikh said. Let me read that last part again. I like and I respect the loyalty for his partner, Heyman. Of course, this is something that makes him, in my eyes, big, and I respect it because loyalty is important in life. See, Turkey Al Sheikh, he knows when people are snaking somebody else. He knows when he knows that how he can manipulate shit with money, and this guy is gonna go after this guy because his money is power. But with Gervonta Tank Davis, he respects. Let me tell you like this. Very powerful people, wealthy, powerful people in position. You know what's the one word they hate? one word that they hate, one word that they can't take, one word that they feel disrespected to a core is no. See, because powerful people never hear no. Everything is yes. They have yes men around them. They have their cooks. They have their cleaners. They pay for everything. And everybody around them is mushy because, of course, they got the power. They got the money. They got the power to change your life and stuff like that. But once you tell a powerful man, no, que no, that's the que no. In this guy, no to me. What the fuck you mean no to me? No to me. Nobody say no to me. Huh? I had 50 bitches in the back. Nobody said no to me. I have my cooks, my drivers. I have my cleaners. All my children, my women. There are people around. No one said no to me. That's their attitude. Javonta Tan Davis said, nah, man, we're out. And that right there, people respect that. People respect that. What did the guy in the Sammy the Bull, mafioso Sammy the Bull said the other day about Donald Trump? He said the mafia respected Donald Trump. He said he's a gangster in his own right. He said because he never wanted to take a bribe. He never took a bribe, and we tried to bribe him, and he never took a bribe. See, that's a respect right there. That money doesn't move you like that. That money is like, you know what I'm saying? Of course, money is great and money helps and stuff, but I'm talking about the power money. I'm not talking about the humanitarian money. I'm not talking about the genuine help money. I'm talking about that power money. You know what I'm saying? That power narcissist money, right? Al Heyman and the PBC, they'll do a business. They'll give you a couple fighter here, but they never bit the apple. They never did a deal with Riyadh Season like the other promoters did. You know what I'm saying? So all this Belt Federation is them going after each other. That's it. And the bad part about it is that they taking it out on the fighter. The only one that really takes the hit is the fighter. You know what I'm saying? Is their legacy. These guys are fighting amongst each other, and they are forgetting about the fighter. You know what I'm saying? Golden Boy Promotion is mad at this is self-explanatory. This is a disclaimer. This is my opinion. I believe the Golden Boy Promotion is mad at Turkey Al-Sheikh. I think that Turkey Al-Sheikh ain't fucking with Golden Boy. I think that the Matchroom is being used to facilitate the $16 to $20 million deal to Virgil Ortiz and stuff like that, but it's coming from higher ups, in my opinion. I think there is a play on why. I think behind the scenes, I don't know. Maybe I'm a conspiracy theory. I don't know. I could be wrong. This is just my thoughts. This is my opinion. This is just my opinion, y'all. This is my opinion. I'm just a drunk of the mic, right? I'm just a drunk of the mic. But you know what people say when people drink, they tell the truth, right? I feel like this is a chess that never been played. This is the type of money we talk about money. Everybody was all into the money that is given to the fighters. Nah, man. I'm into the money that's behind the scenes, that's manipulating every move. Right? That's oppressing other promoters from seeking a network deal. I don't give a damn what anybody say. This is just how I think. I could be wrong, folks. It's weird to me that Golden Boy, who got Ryan Garcia and Virgil Ortiz and Kid Austin and been doing well on the zone, it's weird to me that Golden Boy Promotions can't lock a long-term the zone deal. It's weird to me that Top Rank Bob Arum, after 50 years, have done all these things for the sport of boxing and created all these championship fights and developed so many stars like Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather and Terrence Bud Crawford. And, you know, come on, the list goes on. Sugar Ray Leonard, come on, the list goes on. And they can't secure a long-term network deal. PBC couldn't get a budget. Showtime, Paramount didn't want to do nothing with sports, but all of a sudden they got a $7.7 billion deal from Paramount. You don't think, I'm gonna put it out there. You don't think, yeah, people who just looking at the purses. Oh my God, Turkey is giving all these fighters money. You ain't thinking that there's so much money behind the scenes that is oppressing everybody. They're winning this game strategically and is on another level. It's on another level. You know what I'm saying? It's like when people say, okay, when people say white supremacists. Oh, it's white supremacists is the reason. When people be like, there's people that be like, come on, man, racism is not all of that, right? I be saying that sometimes. Come on, man, racism, all of that. And then some people be like, but you got to understand this white supremacy, you know what I'm saying? They oppress, they make, you know what I'm saying? What I'm talking about is you can't go for a loan. You can't go for a business loan. They keep you from getting the business loan. They keep you from getting this. They keep you from getting that. So take that same mindset and put it in the mindset of what's going on in the sport of boxing. Why the zone only approving of Boots Ennis fight? Why is the zone only approving a Boots and Virgil for Boots as an opponent for Virgil? Why is only them? Remember, they blocked the Earl Spence possibility. They only want Boots and Virgil. Yet the guy that has percentage on the zone doesn't want to facilitate the cash like he was about to facilitate. Well, he did try to facilitate the cash, but Boots Ennis avoided the offers, right? So now that Turkey money is not there for Boots and Virgil, and now Golden Boy Promotion have to now go through the real market value of Virgil Ortiz, right? So here's the $3 million. Virgil Ortiz, get the fuck out of $3 million. But then the other side of people that's working with the zone is offering 16 to $20 million. But weeks before that, Eddie Hearn and Oscar De La Hoya said they was going to already lock in the deal or the fight with Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz. So where was this? At the same time, they was trying to give Virgil Ortiz all this money, but folks, is a bigger play. And that's why I feel like they already won. And everybody now is catching on, and everybody now is panicking right now because they already know what's going on. You already lost. You lost already. You ever played a game? It's like, okay, put it this way. We all love sports. It's the fourth quarter, right? It's the fourth quarter, and you're down by 8, and you got 2 seconds left. Right? And is there well, yeah, you could or let's say 4 seconds left. You need way more possessions, right? You just can't catch up. 4 seconds, 8 points. It's just too much possession, too much, and you got no more timeout. You got no more timeout left. You play hard. Hey, yo, you could, hey, yo, let me get the 3 and shoot the 3. You can make it. That's it. Game is over. The game is over. He won. You guys lost. And that's why there's people out there that feel like the best thing that these guys could do is merge with one another and do something together, right? That's the only way you're going to defeat. That's the only way that probably you could get something. What's the other picture? Hold on. Look at this. Hold on. Give me a second. What's good, Linda? What's good? I forgot to put this picture. Let me see if I got it right here. Let me see if I got it right here. I know some people's not into politics. Paramount's won $110 billion Warner Brothers deal backed by Arab. Sovereign funds raises soft power concerns. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't think there's any connections? Just with the picture. Do you feel like there's any connections? Now think about boxing. Do you see any connections, ladies and gentlemen? I know this could get boring. Do you see any connections? They say that pictures tells a million words. Think about boxing. Think about this picture. Now think about what I said. 2023 in November in my live, I think it was a Friday live or a Saturday live or right after the fight, but it was November, late November 2020. Was it 2023 or 2024? When David Benavidez fought Demise Andre. I did it live and I said, Captain Orange is back in boxing. I said he got attorneys and he got politicians. Who is 2024? Thank you. I said that. Yeah, 2024, November 24. One of my live in the last week. This was the week of the fight, and this was I believe it was a Friday, and I said that in one of my lives. And I said that Captain Orange, I already know. I didn't want to say Trump because you already know. You know how social media is. You know what I'm saying? AI. They try to shadow ban you with these type of content. You don't see no connections here, folks. All I'm saying is, the promoters, you all lost. He played the man with the flying carpet, played a game that you just couldn't match. Think about when Sufa signed that TKO deal with Turkey. That was last year. These guys had a whole year to catch up. These guys had a whole year to adjust, and they couldn't because they still wanted that greedy money, that greed they had. They still wanted to eat the apple for the forbidden tree. And I kept saying throughout the year, throughout the months, they're gonna snatch the rug underneath your feet. But who am I? Punch Drunk Boxing. No, you don't say nah. I don't know nothing. But you know what I get, folks? You know what ticks me off? This is what ticks me off. Yo, Mitchell and everybody. Tavon in the building. What are the members? You know what ticks me off, bro? You know what ticks me off? Is that when people see me, I'm talking about like people in boxing. Every time, it doesn't fail. I don't swear. I'm not, I'm a God-fearing man and stuff like that. I don't swear. But every time I'm in the event and some boxing personnel see me, they be like, yo, you be saying a lot of shit. You crazy, man. You crazy. You know what you talking about. But that's why is, you playing with fire. That's why you could burn bridges. Nobody in boxing ever, I'm telling you the truth, my brother, nobody in the business of boxing, ever said, yo, Punch, you lying. Why you said that? You're lying. They give me the, yo, you crazy for saying that. But hey, this is the reason why you're not going to get into these places. And you know what? I was thinking about it before going live. I say, you know what? I want to stop talking about it. I truly think this is going to be the last live. I'm going to stop talking about it. You know why? Because it don't do. The only way it does stick, and the only way it does change, and the only way it does set a tone is if, like I keep on saying, if I got the numbers, if I got the support. I don't got that massive support. So all I'm doing is just hurting myself. All I'm doing is just hurting the channel, hurting myself, hurting opportunities and stuff like that, because the important people hear it, but they love it that I don't get the support. They're like, whoo, man, this kid, man, if he had the platform, like, man, if he had showbiz attention, oh my God, thank God. If he was Shannon Sharp, shoo, man, this guy will create a buzz. If he's Andrew Tate, oh my God, bro, shit. So it's easy, let him. He's just a crazy guy. You don't know nothing. But we had the support on this channel. My opinion will be worldwide, bro. My opinion will be worldwide in boxing. It'll be worldwide in boxing. People will be panicking. People will be looking at it in different light. But in the boxing world, everybody likes everything in the surface. If I say, look, I'm gonna tell you like this, and at least it's documented because I could always go back and say, yo, I said this, I said that. If a guy like Shannon Sharp saying what I'm saying, if a guy like even that got a lot of traffic saying what I'm saying, I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? So with this situation with Opetaia, IBF is taking out their frustrations, not on Opetaia. It's because they taking out his frustration of Dana White, and that's wrong. They taking their frustration out on Opetaia, but they mad at Turkey. They mad at TKO. They mad at Khan. They mad at Parent. They mad at the movement. They not, but they're taking it out on Opetaia. But Opetaia risked his life inside the ring to become a world champion and represent y'all. See, the problem with the belt federations nowadays, and that's why they're crumbling, is that they forgot that the fighter represents them. They don't represent the fighter. They think they're doing a favor for a fighter. They think they're doing favors for fighters, and that a fighter is not risking his life to become a world champion. The fighters look at this as a sport, and they look at this as a business. The business doesn't look at boxing as a sport. If you understand what I'm trying to say, the Belt Federation, the promoters, I'm gonna tell you, folks, when people say boxing is dead, and trust me, I'm a hardcore boxing fan. I hate saying that boxing is dead, but boxing is dead in the sense that the promoters, the belt federations, and the network no longer see boxing as a sport. Netflix is not into the sport of boxing. ESPN is no longer interested in the sport of boxing. And shout out to Most Valuable Promotion for locking the women deal, but they're no longer in the business of the sport of boxing. The networks, the times have changed. People are in the business for content. That's it. Content is not they're into the championship fight of this person and this no. They're not into that anymore. They're not buying into the sport of boxing. Is not what they're into anymore. I'm sorry, the sport of boxing, they're not into it anymore. That don't move the needle, especially with the hardcore boxing fans. That don't move the needle in the hardcore boxing fan. As a matter of fact, put it this way, Jay Opetaia, a lot of people talking about the Jay Opetaia and Sufa, and there's people out there in the sport of boxing fans that's laughing. How many people was in there? How many people was in there? We also, the boxing fans, kill the sport. We don't support. I'm talking about the hardcores. The hardcores don't move the needle. We're cheap in America. You know what I'm saying? We don't follow the sport. We follow fighters. The Canelo is the Mexican fan base that know how to just support the Mexican fighter. You know what I'm saying? If Navarrete was, because Navarrete doesn't look good in all his fights, he struggled. But Navarrete has the following of the Mexican boxing fan. Virgil Ortiz doesn't need a belt because in the end of the day, he still got that Texas, Mexican, American, Mexican, and Mexican boxing fan. You know what I'm saying? Pero con Jamel Charlo y toda esa gente, he lost to Canelo Alvarez y ya, esa basura. Hey, yo, put it this way. Has anybody talked about, outside of Punch Drunk Boxing, who's talking about Teofimo Lopez? Outside of Punch Drunk Boxing, since he lost to Shakur Stevens, who's talking about Teofimo Lopez? Not even in interviews with Shakur and Keyshawn and Devin that say, hablan de ese tigre. He don't got a Honduras is not a boxing country. And then when there's a whole bunch of now New York boxers saying that Tio ain't from New York, he ain't from Brooklyn and all that stuff. And his father is not here promoting anymore. It's not. They got him on a hush-hush. He don't promote anymore. Yeah. He don't got the fan base to back him up. He don't got the channels to back him up. He don't got the media to back him up. That's it. becomes almost a irrelevancy until they announce a big fight. I said this. Somebody wrote on the tweet, and they said, "Man, how many people was there?" And I'm saying, look, did we care when the pandemic happened and we had Josh Taylor versus Jose Ramirez for Undisputed during the pandemic? Did we care about who was in the stands when Teofimo Lopez was fighting Vasily Lomachenko? No. See, the boxing, we are hypocritical and we contradict ourselves. We try to shame others because where's the fans? But the boxing fans don't give a damn about the fans. I care about really the fight, the magnitude of the fight. Nah, man, we care about belts, yo. Gervonta Tank Davis should be a champion, should go for the champion. He should, you know what I'm saying? He should dare to be great. Let me tell you like this. Virgil Ortiz versus Jerome Bruce Ennis is not there to be great. It's not for no world titles. As a matter of fact, Jay Opetaia, if the fighters truly want to unite, this is the best time to unite against the belt federations. Because the fighters should look at what the IBF did to Opetaia. The fighters should be doing, oh, look what they did to Shakur Stevenson. And everyone in precision. This is the best thing that could happen. All the fighter that's in precision with the brand names, you're already in precision. The fighters know the fans know who you are. The fans know if you got pound for pound quality. Everybody knows who they are. Everybody knows who is who at this point. And if you got a name and you got a belt, drop that shit. Send a tone. Vacate the belt. Usyk, vacate the belt. You know what I'm saying? Vacate the belt. David Benavidez, you don't need that belt. Vacate the belt. You don't need the belt. You don't need the belt. Vacate the belt. You know what I'm saying? Vacate all the belts. If you an established, vacate the belt. That's the only way you send a message. Guess on the building. Super Charlie Charlie Party Gay. La música de queso, la música de queso. ¿Dónde está la música de queso? DJ, a los
He got his own money. Say he's got his own money. I mean, the boy has got his own money.
Hey, was incredible. Bro, what that dude was perhaps the toughest dude I've seen since John Jones. He was tough. He was tough. Queso! DJ Camelo, Alex Sensation, a los Fuck Music, DJ Cali. Págame la música, señores y señoras. Shout out to Queso. Queso said, yo, Punch, what up? Jay was incredible, bro. But that dude was perhaps the toughest dude I've seen since John Jones. Hey, yo, that dude was tough. They took a point away because he was hugging. They took a point away from Opetaia because he was hugging. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, did that fight send a statement? Though, was that a statement victory? Was that a statement fight that be like, oh shit, I don't know. I think that David Benavidez is in real trouble. I truly not. You know what? I really want to see David Benavidez in the cruiserweight division. I truly want to see how this fight is going to be. I think that Sudo Ramirez and David Benavidez is going to be a bonds and burner for real. I think it's going to be an incredible fight. Like we haven't seen. Like Sudo is a big guy, bro, and Jay Opetaia is a big guy as well. Look, the fight day weigh-in, he was 210 pounds, meaning by the time the fight took place, he's probably 218 pounds. So these cruiserweight is hybrid. These guys are heavyweights, man. Forget about they heavyweights, and that's why I said the other day that if David Benavidez beats Sudo Ramirez, I would not be surprised if David Benavidez and even what's his name? El Gordito. Andy Ruiz fight in Mexico Day and Saturday. I mean in September. because we all know that David Benavidez is a big boy. Sudo is a big boy. And Jay Opetaia, we already seen that he weights well above the 200 200-pound limit. You know what I'm saying? But, Queso, and everybody else in the chat, did that performance send a statement? I don't know if that performance was the statement performance. I think we see that Jay Opetaia has a lot of boxing skills, has some good defense, has some good movement. You know what I'm saying? He could outbox you and not, he don't have to be Terminator. He got pop and all that stuff, right? Does that send that statement? I don't know for the American public and how they was promoting him. I don't know how much of the success the performance was. I don't think so. I don't think it was bad. I just don't think it was that. I don't think it was that. Yo, that motherfucker's a monster. Like that. Like, it didn't give me that monster impression. You know what I'm saying? It didn't give me that monster impression. The reason why I don't speak too much in the past about Jay Opetaia, because his resume is not even up to par. So come on, I've seen this before. I've seen the hype. I've seen it. He's 30 years old and stuff like that. So he's one in his prime right now. He got the skills. He got the movement. He got power in both hands. He's a smart fighter and stuff like that. Yet, was that a statement victory? Like, I'm here. I am the boss of this division. I think we have to see the performance of David Benavidez and Sudo Ramirez in the cruiserweight division. You know what I'm saying? Glatton looked like a clinging after the fight. yeah, he was all busted up. He had a hematoma. He had a hematoma in the middle of his forehead. Benny do have good defense. That's the real reason Nelo wouldn't fight him. He know he can see and defend. He could see, defend, counter punching. Nah, Canelo Alvarez would have get Canelo. Hey, yo, folks, I like Canelo. Canelo is done. Hey, yo, I'm gonna tell you like this. Canelo's next fight, it doesn't matter who he fights. I'm saying it right now. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm jumping off the cliff on this one. Canelo Alvarez will be dropped. I believe he's going to lose. But I think that people are going to see Canelo in a state that we never seen him before. I think he's going to stumble. I think he's going to fall. Is he going to get KO? I think he has the potential to be stopped. I think Canelo Alvarez's next performance is going to be a very, very sad one. I've been doing videos throughout the years, and I said his Roy Jones Jr. moment is coming. It has come, right? It has come. You know what I'm saying? You're staying longer than what you're supposed to stay, but the money is too good to leave. And I'm not saying this because Canelo Alvarez doesn't got the skills and none of that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the history, the 100+ years in the sport of boxing, you're a legendary fighter. They all go out a certain way. Not everybody ends their career like Floyd Mayweather, like Joe Kawasaki, like Andre Ward. You are going to get hurt in a way that is going to be sad. It's going to be sad. Roy Jones Jr., when he beat John Ruiz, should have never dropped no 25, 30 pounds to go back. And then the first fight with Antonio Tarver, he won, but he was not the same. Roy Jones Jr., if he would have retired after the John Ruiz fight, we will be talking about him being the greatest of all time. He will be in the discussion of the greatest of all time. Not the top 10, not the top 15. The greatest of all time. If Roy Jones Jr. would have retired after the John Ruiz, greatest of all time, he would have been top 3, top 4 greatest of all time. But he stayed. And it's unfortunate, but his legacy did take a hit. His legacy did take a hit. Damn, ain't no way, bro. That chin ain't going nowhere. Nelo should just fight a bunch of riders. I don't know, man. I don't know. That chin is one of the greatest, but I think that he's just flat on his feet, more flat than he's ever been. He doesn't throw enough punches. He telegraphs everything. He don't throw enough. His defense is slipping. It's still good. we seen two different type of Canelo. The Canelo of fighting a guy that was just very, very mobile, moving around, and he couldn't even cut the ring off. Canelo was good to cut the ring off, and he just couldn't do a William Skull. Look at how these other guys is performing. Jaime Munguia getting knocked by the Frenchie. Berlanga getting knocked out by ¿Cómo se llama el tigre? What's his name? The UK dude, bro. Shiraz. Got knocked out by Shiraz. William Skull just got knocked out. William Skull just got knocked out. William Skull just got knocked out. John Ryder got knocked out by Jaime Munguia. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that now is very, we got to be honest now, bro. You got to be honest. Canelo is done. And looking at his mustache and looking at his new mustache, he's done. He's done. He's a model. He's a model. You remember the movie Bad Boys 2? You remember the movie Bad Boys 2? When the Latina little girl said, "Daddy, everybody's saying in school that I look like a model." The guy goes, "Don't ever disrespect my little boom boom. I will cut your balls off." My daddy, everybody in school said I look like a model. You seen Canelo Alvarez's mustache? That's it. He lost. Yeah. High, low, dímelo, colado, pesa de plátano. If it's moonshine, gotta be great, better than Frosted Flakes. Good looking now, bruh. ¿Cómo está? Dímelo. Daddy, everybody say that I look like a model in school. Canelo's, I'm telling you, it happens, bro. That was the worst moment of my boxing career. Of me being a fan. Roy Jones Jr. getting knocked out by Antonio Tarver. Yo, bro, I was heartbroken, bro. If there's any fight that emotionally got me, was Antonio Tarver. I hated Antonio Tarver for years, bro. I hated Antonio Tarver until I seen Antonio Tarver that Friday when I was doing media work, that Friday with the weigh-in of Jamel Charlo and Canelo Alvarez. I met Antonio Tarver. I said, "Yo, this guy's a dude." As a matter of fact, years before, I was in South Beach. This was 2007. I think this was 07. I think that was 07 or 08 or 10. I remember I was in Miami. I remember I'm in South Beach, and I seen Antonio Tarver in Wet Willie's, and I looked at him like if he was my enemy. Like I didn't even want to say what's up to him, bro. Like a guy, I wasn't even want to say what's up. And you know who was there? It was Swiss Beats up there, Keith Sweat. That day, I remember it was Swiss Beat, Keith Sweat was out there, and Antonio Tarver was out there. And I'm like, everybody trying to say what's up to Antonio Tarver. I said, "Mira este tigre." But yo, that dude broke my heart, bro. When he knocked out my guy, bro. Roy Jones Jr. was my favorite fighter, man. Mr. Moonshine, the Mad Boxing Show. High, low. Good looking now. God bless. Low Nose Boxing in the building. What's good, bruv? Man. I was too young to feel the impact of Buster Douglas beating Mike Tyson. I was too young to feel that impact. You know what I'm saying? But that Roy Jones Jr. impact, bro, that shit broke my heart, bro. That right there was it really broke my heart, bro. To this day, I can't even see the replays, bro. To this day, it's hard for me to see the replay. Right before that he goes down, I switch it up. And then the next fight versus Glenn Johnson, oh my God. I'm like, yo, Roy, what the fuck happened, bro? And I started actually believing. I actually started believing the rumors. Remember the rumor that he was dirty? You know what I'm saying? that he was on PEDs, and they was trying to say that he was on PEDs. We've had the Holyfield that was on PEDs. Y'all remember? I started believing when he was just getting pummeled, bro, by nobodies. Like how your skills just go away like that, bro. Every fighter that does or have movies gets destroyed shortly thereafter. The dude was, man, he was rapping. He was rapping, playing basketball, professional basketball. That's why I said, man, you don't need it. And after the first fight, I'm like, man, retire already, retire, because I don't want to. Damn, bro. He said, Tank about to show the rest of the kings how to perform. So you know this part of the live as well. Gervonta Tank Davis is in negotiations with Pitbull Cruz. Now that was a rematch that people were still interested in. It wasn't the most anticipated rematch, but that was a rematch that people were still anticipating, that they still wanted to see, because after the fight, Tank Davis in the post-fight interview, they asked him, do you want a rematch? Would you give Pitbull Cruz a rematch? He said, hell no. Like, damn, he was scared. He didn't want to get it back in the ring with a Pitbull Cruz. But let me tell you like this. Gervonta Tank Davis still could rob the bank with a Pitbull Cruz and then follow up with a Lamar Roach rematch. And people are going to watch. Now, Devin Haney, in his recent interview with Ring Magazine, he says something that I believe a lot of people saying. But this is why I stopped being frustrated with Gervonta Tank Davis. I always appreciate the skills and talent of Gervonta Tank Davis. But this is the point when I say, you know what? I don't need to further criticize Gervonta Tank Davis' unwillingness to dare to be great and be the best that he can be, because he has the skills and talent to be that guy. Look, bro. Gervonta Tank Davis has the skills to be the man. He does, and his contemporaries know it. I've spoken to each and every one of them when either on my channel or privately, and I asked them. I've asked Tio, I've asked Shakur, I've asked Haney, I've asked all of them. Who is that guy? Who is that guy? Who is that guy in the past? Who's going to be your legacy fight, or who you think is going to be the toughest one out of all of them? You know what all of them say? Tank. All of them say that. They told me that privately, publicly. Even, remember, Teofimo Lopez was here. We gave him 5 names, right? He said Tank is number 1. Shakur Stevens said in the past said it was Tank. Devin Haney in the past, Tank. None of them said Shakur. None of them said Haney. None of them said Tio. Shakur Stevenson said one time that Tio is gonna. He's the real one. He's the one that haven't ducked nobody, right? Even Devin Haney said, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ducked except for me and Tio. So they know that Tio is the guy that doesn't duck anybody. Devin Haney said that, and Shakur Stevenson said that. You know what I'm saying? And Tank gave Teofimo Lopez props right after the Lomachenko fight. You know what I'm saying? But all of them know Tank is the guy. Deep down inside, they know that. They believe he possesses the skill set, the power, the athleticism, all the intangibles to give them a run for his money. And to this day, Gervonta Tank Davis ranked as number 1 as the most accurate power puncher in the sport of boxing. He don't throw a lot, but when he throws, he connects. It's just like in the movie Drago. In the movie Rocky IV, when he said, well, what the guy said, his trainer or his manager, whatever he is, he destroys. Whatever he hit, whenever he throws, he lands. You know what I'm saying? But does that mean that Gervonta Tank Davis looking unbeatable, untouchable? No. I mean, with the Lamar Roach and the Pitbull Cruz fights, that was have humble people about the aura of Gervonta Tank Davis. But do you agree with Devin Haney's assessment by him saying today, or was it today or yesterday, Devin Haney said that Gervonta Tank Davis is an overachiever. He said, fuck it, I'll say it. Tank was the Wilder of the little. Yo, Cass, I ain't gonna say that. I like Wilder, bro. I like Wilder. I'm not. You know why I can't say that? You know why we can't say that, Queso? Because his wins have aged quietly well. You know what I'm saying? Like, even Ryan Garcia couldn't put out Mario Barrios. Keith Thurman couldn't put out Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios beat Ugas. Ugas beat Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? So, and then look at Pitbull Cruz, still in precision. You know what I'm saying? Like Pitbull Cruz versus Lamar Roach was a pay-per-view because their name is attached to Gervonta Tank Davis. Mario Barrios, Ryan Garcia, pay-per-view. Their name is attached to Gervonta Tank Davis. He knocked both of Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios. And look who we praising in the welterweight division. The number one fight in the welterweight division, a lot of people believe, is Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. But Gervonta Tank Davis knocked out Ryan Garcia, knocked out the two guys that had a pay-per-view event, and we've been all praising Ryan Garcia for his performances. So all I'm saying is, I think this. If Tank says, you know what, man, I've evaluated myself, I evaluate my career, and I want to be the best. I want it all. I want to fight. I want after this Pitbull fight, because I've been off for a whole year. I want Shakur Stevenson next, and I ain't taking no for an answer. And I want that, and I'm moving up to 147. I want Devin Haney. I believe that even if Gervonta Tank Davis shows that grit, that approach, people will take Gervonta Tank Davis. All right, this is the guy that we've been waiting for. Queso. What about? Let me ask you, because you lost faith in Tank. I almost lost, but I'm just if Gervonta Tank Davis knocks out Pitbull Cruz and say, I want all these guys, I want to be great. F the money comes and goes. I learn from that. Bro, if Shakur could do that to T.O., Tank has no fucking chance. And the fact that he ducked Loma when Mayweather wanted him to, we can't argue that. I don't think nobody beats Shakur, bro. I don't think, just like nobody beats The Wiz, nobody beats Shakur, bro. Shakur, man, I'm still trying to figure that shit out. I can't believe my guy Teofimo Lopez performed like that versus Shakur Stevens. I'm still, sometimes I get that brain fog, like, how the hell? Bro, how the hell did this guy won every round against you like that? Where was the power, bro? I'm sorry. No, it's basically, it's sad to say, T.O.'s my guy. Win, lose, or draw, bro. I support T.O. in and out the sport of boxing. Hopefully, he's, you know what I'm saying? Pray that he's a great father. Shout out to Mama Lopez. Shout out to T.O. Sr. Shout out to the sis. But damn, bro. Damn. Like every fucking round, bro. I even tried to, when I was looking at the fight, I'm like, he did good for going to the body and stuff like that. And when I watched the playback on TV, because when you in the Madison Square Garden, you feel a different way. You see certain, when I saw it on TV, I say, this, man. That looked like Shakur Stevenson, the easiest fight he ever had. That shit looked so easy, bro. It looked like Shakur Stevenson could have fought Teofimo Lopez with one hand. He only did the jab, bro. He only landed jabs, my brother. He only landed jab. It looked like Shakur could have beaten Teo with one arm. It was sad to see, bro. It was sad. When I look at the playback and I do a film study, I'm like, my God. Bro, but like I always say, I always felt that when the smoke clears, I always thought it was going to be Teo and Shakur, but I never thought, and I think that Shakur would have gave Teo a run for his money, but damn, he didn't even, man, that was I still can't believe it, bro. I still can't believe it. Because I think I would have fist fight somebody just to convince them that I'm telling you, it's gonna be a shutout. Shut the fuck up, shutout. Shutout. Y'all talking about that he gonna shut out Teo, man? Y'all crazy, bro. Y'all crazy. Man, that was a shutout. I never would have thought that. I was a genius at 3:00 when Josh Kelly beat Bakram, and I became a dummy in like 7 hours. Dímelo, Caesar. 5 pesos. Said, bro, saw the fight several times. I still can't believe it. That was not Tio. Sorry for the excuse. I know. And I know. I feel like that wasn't Tio either. But you know what? I'm like, why now? Why now, my guy? What? Yo, he have put that performance have put Shakur Stevenson in the pedestal of all pedestal, bro. It got him on that pedestal, bro. Teal's performance versus Shakur put Shakur so high on the pedestal to the point where Teal has become irrelevant. That's a performance of irrelevancy, bro. That's how. No, bro. I gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it honest. That's my guy Teal. That's my guy Teal. But that performance got him into irrelevancy. Para la ofrenda, los $100 de queso. Tenemos queso de americano, queso de suizo, queso de tropicana, queso de Dominican República. Ya tú sabes, tenemos los quesos. Tenemos queso pastelito, tenemos queso con plátano, fry queso. That's the best. Hey, yo, queso, you ever had tropical cheese with mango? And eggs over easy? You ever had that? You ever had mango con los 3 golpes queso? You have to have mango con los 3 You have to have beans. Gracias. God bless you. Que Dios te bendiga, mi hermano. Mira, mujer. Págame la música para la ofrenda. Ay. Tenemos 20 more people in the family. 20 more people in the family. God bless, Queso. Gifted 20 punch drum boxing membership. Wow, we got 20. Good looking now. Queso saying, hey, yo, y'all better show my boy love. All right? As a matter of fact, come to you gonna come over here. Queso's grabbing 20 people. You know you gonna stay right here. Hey, yo, you gonna be right here, my brother. Hey, yo, you come to the club. Now you gonna stay right here. We got some hookah. Yeah. Come over here, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Support my guy Punch. All right? Support my guy Punch. All right? Shout out, man. God bless you, bro. God bless you. Meal. The humanitarian. Yeah, so how's everything, bro? How's everything though, man? Okay, so I wanted to ask your opinion. I don't know if you was here when I put the picture up. I want to ask your opinion because you know Captain Orange. Captain Orange, sometimes we got some good days, sometimes we got some bad days, right? Sometimes we got some good days, sometimes we got some bad days. But I want your opinion on this one because that's my guy. I don't jump off the wagon. You feel me? Let's go high, low, D-man, low, con los 2 pesos. That plop, plátano. Tio from Lopez, the lottery boy. Man, no more takeover. High, low. And Queso, what you think about this? When you see this picture and you translate this to boxing, this is when I say that Dana White, turkey out shape, they're ahead of the game. That's it. These promoters don't know what hit them. Guess so when you think about that picture, what do you think? You let me, what you think? Caesar! 10 more. Come to Punch on Boxing. 10 more. Let's go, Caesar. Caesar con la bandera de México. Hola, rey. Shout out to Salvador Sanchez. Shout out to Julio Cesar Chavez. Shout out to Berea. Shout out to all los mexicanos. Shout out to Selena. Bamba. Chili Bamba. Lamba. Alabama. Shout out to La Bamba. Let's go. We don't eat Chipotle. We eat those toros. Yeah, Chipotle, I don't like a Chipotle. I like a dos toros. Good looking now. Appreciate you. God bless, man. Appreciate y'all for that, man. For real, bro. For real. He said, boom. I swear I thought High Low was an old white dude. High Low got tan, my brother. He a tan man. I think this nigga using the pulpit of these great states to enrich himself and his family. Ay. You trying to say that he's the ultimate preacher of all preachers? Huh? The preachers of all preachers, highly unsetting. He said, I can't rock with Captain Orange, bro. I'm sorry. No, but what do you think in terms of boxing? Remember, look, read it, Queso. Paramount. Who signed with Paramount? Who's close with Dana White? Paramount, 110 billion Warner Brothers deal backed by the Arab. Sovereign funds raises soft power concerns. Remember what I said in 2024 leading up to the fight. I don't know if you was here, Queso, but I said this earlier. Remember when I said that Captain Orange is going to be back in boxing and he got some politicians from Florida and got some attorneys that he's going to be back in boxing? I said that in the week of the David Benavidez and Demetrius Andre when I was in the hotel and I did it live and I put it out there. I'm telling you, folks, I think that Dana White is in position. It's not a surprise why he's in position. Dana White got back. Dana White is backed up by the money and by the president, bro. Why you think they went after that Muhammad Ali stuff? You say I can't rock with Captain Orange. I know, man. Some days, man, some people be approaching me some days to be like, hey, yo, what's up with your boy? I'm like, mira, well, let's not talk, okay? The other day, my boys be approaching me now. Yo, what's up with your boy? You know what I'm saying? The gas shit is up. I'm talking about that. In California, is all the way up. It's not all the way up over here yet. They be like, yo, what's up with your boy? I said, well, what's up with Obama and Kamala Harris and Bill Clinton in the funeral of Jesse Jackson? What happened with them and what they were saying? They got no respect for Jesse. Trying to make everything political. Why are you trying to make everything political today? You tell me about this funeral. How about that? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about Jesse Jackson Jr., what he felt about that. I try to turn the table on everybody. Somebody bring Captain Orange and me. Shit. The White House called on the lawn is insane. Hey, yo, you know what we should be talking about? For me, as long as they keep the pay for the talent high, I'm all for it. Facts. Yeah. Opetaia got what? 1.3 million, $1.5 million for the fight. And everybody was talking about, man, it was in front of nobody. So what? The pandemic was in front of nobody. Shit, the pandemic fights was in front of nobody. We still like the Josh Taylor versus Jose Ramirez during the pandemic. We still like Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez in the pandemic. We still liked, you know what I'm saying, when Jamel Charlo fought Jason Rosario and Jamal Charlo fought Derevchenko, you know what I'm saying, during the pandemic. We still love those fights. Shit. Acting nobody was there. So what? You was in there. We was in there. I don't be counting seats. We all get the best of both worlds. Great fights and one belt. True. I think so, man. I think they did him dirty. Again, folks, I think they did him dirty. I think that the IBF is fighting a war with Dana and what Turkey wants is one belt, and they fighting him, and they effing over the fighter. This is not Jay Opetaia's fault, bro. You know what I'm saying? They taking out their frustrations on fighters. The WBC took their frustration on Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? But they got the problem with Turkey and all of them, but they taking their frustrations on the fighters that risk their lives. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say at this point, man, yo, Turkey and all these guys got these guys fighting one another and stuff like that. Turkey's just backed up and looking at everybody. Look at it. Go to fight him. Fight him. Take it. Rumble each other. Kill each other. In the end of the day, Sufa will reign supreme. I support Sufa. I support Dana White. Dana White, please hire me. Hire me. Don't be hiring the same people. Hire new bloods like me, like Punch Boxing, Dana White. Hire me and let me do the play-by-play. Me and Showbiz do the play-by-play. Me and Showbiz do the play-by-play. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a great show. It'll be a great show. Shout out to the guy that he was with, the white boy that he was with. I forgot his name, Barry, whoever. I mean, they did it all right and stuff like that. Punch on Boxing and show, man. I'm telling you, man, it will be a show. It'll be a show. It would be a show. Give the young bloods an opportunity. That's all I want, an opportunity. Can you just give me an opportunity? Can you give Punch on Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine, an opportunity? I will keep the cursing down. I won't even curse. I try not to curse. I won't curse. I just do it because YouTube lets me do it. But I won't curse. That's the fact. Danilo asked, that was a major show of support for the WBC. Remember when Turkey, he said, remember when Turkey told Canelo to not ring? Yeah. You keep that belt off the stage, all right? Canelo Canelo reached for the WBC belt, and Turkey came. Hey, yo, Canelo Alvarez reached for the Turkey belt, and Turkey went like this to Canelo Alvarez. Put your hand down. Put it down, all right? Keep that dirty green belt at the damn stage in Radio City Music Hall. Do you understand? Yo, to be honest, man, I want to beat Turkey. Yo, to be honest, I think I'll get along. Yo, I think if I meet Turkey, Turkey will be like, do you do it on YouTube. Yeah, I like Turkey, man. People think because I do the, you know what I'm saying, the snippets or whatever, the skits. Nah, you know what I like about Turkey? It's how Turkey got all these grown men mad. Dímelo, Jairo, con los besos de plátano. The Mad Boxing Show. I've grown. You know what? I've grown the respect and the liking of Turkey is because I said I said what he was about. And people translate that to hate. No, I knew what it about. It's like when people, yo, let me tell you like this. The director of PBC doesn't like Punch. He blocked me. He don't like me. He thinks I hate. No, I don't. I'm probably one of the few people in the last 3 years. Go check it out. That have interviewed Tom Brown, TGB. When Tom Brown see me and I say, yo, can I do an interview with you? And Tom Brown said, all right, but don't make me look stupid, okay? I'm going to give you an interview, but don't make me look stupid. I said, come on, Tom Brown ain't going to make you look stupid. Come on, man, this post rope, I ain't going to make you do it. Come on, my brother, I love what you're doing. I said, I love what you've been doing, my brother. That's why I'm here. And he gave me an interview. Go check out the interview. I know it didn't have a lot of views, but Tom Brown don't do interviews. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that this is what happens. There's a lot of people that got a sense of humor. There's a lot of people that don't have a sense of humor. And I say something in my live or something, they just take that 15 seconds. Somebody sends it to somebody and say that this guy is talking shit. Nah, man, I appreciate Al Heyman. I like Al Heyman. I like PBC. I like Eddie Hearn. I like how Eddie Hearn promotes. I enjoy to see Golden Boy Promotions and Oscar De La Hoya build Golden Boy Promotion with his bare hands. I'm an Oscar guy, bro. I like Oscar. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the way that people ganging up on Oscar De La Hoya as well. Now, he's done too much in the sport of boxing, and he's done it in a way that other promoters haven't done it. He actually built it. Golden Boy Promotion with his bare hands. He actually sacrificed. He didn't come for no damn rich father or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get no co-signers. He didn't get facilitated. Everybody was ganging up on Oscar when he established Golden Boy Promotions. Let's not forget that as well. They were all against Golden Boy Promotions. Top Rank was against Golden Boy Promotions. Every time there's a new entity, everybody trying to gang up on that. Just like when Dana White came about, everybody trying to gang up on Dana White. When PBC, Al Heyman, Oscar De La Hoya, and Top Rank try to gang up on PBC. They try to sue him. When Eddie Hearn was trying to do business in America, the American promoters trying to downplay Eddie Hearn. They always do that. You know what I'm saying? They always do that to a new power entity that they know is going to work. You feel me? Dímelo de Sufa. But he said he's disrespectful. Yeah, he could get a little disrespectful. I think he could take a little disrespectful, but you know what, man? It's like I said yesterday, man. This boxing, man, world is a very, very snakish world, man. It's a very snakish world, but Turkey is playing his cards. Come on, man. He knew what he was doing. He said hockey. Louis James. He said Turkey is gonna hockey, football, NFL. Sufa, let's go. I like AU. And you know what I like about it? That he's going to promote. Dana White is going to promote. Dana White is going to do what the other guys is not going to do. That's why, let me tell you like this. That's what separates Eddie Hearn as well. Eddie Hearn goes out there and promotes, bro. Eddie Hearn do more promoting than the own fighters. Hey, he's a promoter, right? And they saying that he's a manager now. Well, whatever that is, at the end of the day, shit, you could be a manager. You could be a manager and advisor and look what, you know, I think it's smart. I think it's smart for Eddie Hearn to turn into a manager and give the keys to Chris Eubank Jr.'s brother-in-law. You know what I'm saying? What's his name? Smith or something like that. Yeah, and be a manager. You could establish a power entity just being a manager and advisor, just like Al Heyman, PBC. You could do that. And I think that Eddie Hearn got the money to do it too. Eddie Hearn's talent promotion looks after stars from Britain. Got talent, bro. Yo, I'm going to tell you right now, the sport of boxing in business is dead. It is. It's not that. I'm not saying that boxing for us as fans, we're the only one that think that this is a sport. The networks don't. They buy content. That's it. It is called content now. Netflix is buying content. ESPN is buying content. ESPN. Before you make your deal, and I was going to talk about this as well. I was going to say, for fighters out there, don't pay sanctioning fees. Don't pay the belt fee. They're double dipping on you. They're already paying. Fighters need to understand how to go back to the negotiation and watch their contracts and say, you know what? If I become a champion, if I'm going to put it this way, if I become a champion, there's extensions. Okay, but if I become a champion, you pay for it. You pay if I'll become a champion. Why do I have to pay? Listen up, fans. Listen up, my brothers that's looking on right now. And if there are any fighters or anybody affiliated with fighters, listen up. And people don't like to say this because this punch on boxing. I know certain things. I know. And this when you only know certain things in the sport of boxing when you've read boxing contracts, standard promotional contracts and manager contracts, right? Promotional deals. Promoters, when they're negotiating deals, for the most part, with the network, I'm going to give you an example. PBC, Fox, right? Within these negotiations, what is the promoter promising the network? Well, championship, right? Premier championship, right? Premier boxing champions. You're telling the network we're going to showcase the best of the best. Of course, fighters coming up, but the main events is going to be championship fights, right? ESPN championship fights, Fox championship fights, CBS championship fights, championship fights. This is how the promoters screws with the network, because the promoter has the business and the relationship of the sanctioning bodies. And the promoter has the business with the network. The business with the promoter and the network is none of the fighters' business, but it should be. But it should be. You don't got to be in the business, but understand the business of the promoter and the network. The network is going to give the promoter a budget of championship fights. I'm going to promise you, just like remember with the promoter, like Goldable Promotions, Oscar De La Hoya and Goldable Promotions are going to promise the zone that we are going to do the trilogy of Triple G and Canelo Alvarez. These are championship fights. They're signing these networks because they also know the product. They know the star, the champion. They know I'm gonna go to Amazon Prime, PBC. We got Canelo, we got Gervonta Tank Davis, right? Top Rank. Hey, we got Tio, we got Shakur, we got the rise of Keyshawn, we got the best farm system. You know what I'm saying? Matchroom Boxing. Hey, let's renegotiate. Look who I got. I got Anthony Joshua. I got this. I got that. But for the most part, you're promising these networks that you're going to display the best of the best in championship fights. Thus, if you're receiving a budget, if the promoters are receiving a budget, right, and it entails that you're going to give them the best of the best in championship fights. Remember, that's what they can't show no bum. That's why you see the promoters and the networks. Why you think you see, Richard Comey versus Vasily Lomachenko fighting for the, what do they fall for? For the international WBO belt. Because for the network, see, the network doesn't know the ins and outs of boxing. They just know that it's boxing. They rely on the promoter. That's why they give the promoter the budget. You understand what I'm trying to say? Think about this as a club. A club, the owner doesn't know the ins and outs as a DJ and all that. All he wants to do is own the club. He hires a promoter to handle hire your DJ, hire the content of how you're going to throw this party and blah, blah, blah. You guys take care of it. The manager and the promoter, you guys take care of it. I'm the owner. I don't know too much about what's the hit, what the lady likes, what the drink is like. I hire you, the promoter, to promote the events in my club. You hire, and look at this. Just so I hope I'm not losing y'all. The promoter and the DJ. The promoter and the DJ. The DJ is the fighter. The promoter is the Bob Abrams. You know what I'm saying? The owner is the network. The network, right? You know, sometimes with the boss, they tell the promoter, you get the bar, or you buy the bar. You get a percentage of the bar, or you get a percentage on the door, right? It's almost the same. It's almost the same thing if you understand in layman's terms, right? In layman's terms, the DJ has nothing to do with the owner. The DJ has to report with the promoter. The DJ is going to tell the promoter, give me my money, right? So Eddie, let's say Tio is not going to tell the zone, yo, I'm sorry, ESPN, to the bosses of ESPN, give me my money. No, he's going to have to deal with the top ranks of the world and what other promoters is. So if the network is giving the budget to these promoters, 90 million, 70 million plus, and stuff like that, 60 million like PBC and Fox, right? Your job as a promoter is to give the championship fight. That's the content. So if the budget is given to the promoters, right? They're already paying for championship fight. Why is fighters paying for them to be a champion when the network is already paying the promoter the type of money to showcase championship fights. So in all actuality, the network is already paying for the belt fee. The network is already paying for the championship fight. A fighter is not supposed to be paying to become a world champion because the network already paid the promoter. If you really look at the logistic of the business. And that's what I'm saying now. Fighters, don't pay. You don't got to pay. The championship fight is already bought. I'll give you an example. Let me see. I don't know if I'm losing y'all. Give me a second. Let me see. Let me give you an example. Let me see if I got it right. Okay. All right. The agreement aimed to make Fox the permanent broadcast for PBC's top-tier championship fights. Understand? Championship fights. So I'm giving, you think a network is going to give 90 million of billions of dollars to, oh no, it's not. You know, we're not going to have the best of the best. We're just going to have a couple fighters that nobody knows. No, it's either you're locking in those networks for championship fights and the stars that you got. The stars that you got. Top-tier fighters, and championship fights. That's how these networks are locking in these deals with the network. These fighters got to understand also their value, because I could understand a Virgil and Ryan Garcia. I want more money. You know why? Because the only way that the zone will give you a deal is because of us. But of course, they build the Ryans and the Virgil, so they get the props. You know what I'm saying? So the fighters got to understand that as well. But these people are locking deals because of the top tier fighters and the top tier fighters and championship fights. Ladies and gentlemen, when another fighter goes to another network, if a fighter from ESPN, the top rank, goes to fight at another network, does that fighter owe money? Think about it. Why do that fighter owe money? If a fighter from one network fights in another network, he needs to give 20% to his promoter. You know why? Because the budget is they also signed you so you could fight in this network. You go to another network, you got to pay me. You got to pay that because shit, you got to give me a fee to leave because shit, we getting money for you to stay here. You going over there, shit, you got to pay us. Go over there, but you got to give us a fee. You got to give us a fee. 20%. So when people say remember and that's what the boxing fans also have to understand. Oh, yo, this side of the street shit, this side of the street, you scared to go this side of the street. No. That's when the boxing fans be trying to shame fighters because they don't go, Earl Spence, they want to go to ESPN or Bud Crawford. He ain't going to PBC and Fox and the same side of the street. You know why it's the same side of the street? Why, if I'm Earl Spence, going to go to ESPN to fight Bud Crawford and I'm making millions so I could give PBC 20%? Or why would Bud Crawford cross the street to PBC before turning a free agent? Because now he got to give Bob Arum 20%. So they don't want to talk about that with the fans because the fans don't give a damn. But that's why the fighters wouldn't leave to another network because they got to pay the 20%. You understand? That's why the contract, like a Devin Haney, shout out to Bill Haney. See, Devin Haney could jump from this to that because he don't have that long-term deal with another promoter. So he not giving 20% to nobody. He's not giving 20% to nobody. So fighters like to chastise. So come over here. Send me an offer. I'll send you an offer. I'll send you an offer. Yeah. Okay, send me an offer. And then the fighter going to be like, see, I sent him an offer for $3 million and he ducked that offer, bro. He ducked that fight. Nah, bro. Because even if it's $3 million, I got to give 20% to my promoter that I'm about to leave and I'm going to another network. I got to give the per belt fee, the sanctioning fees, whatever belts that we're fighting, and I got to pay tax and I got to pay all that. Shut up. You're trying to shame me in public, but at the end of the day, I can't go to that network. I ain't giving nobody no 20%. You see what I'm saying? That's how they get the fans get fooled thinking that this fighter doesn't want to fight this other fighter, but I'm not going to across the street. And how many times we hear boxing fans, man, I'm tired of this crossing the street bullshit. Just make the fight. No, you just can't make the fight. You just can't make the fight. Ain't nobody out here gonna give no 20%. Ain't nobody over here is gonna give up 20%. None of us is gonna give 20%, bro. None of us. No, I'm not. El Punch, the truest boxing channel, amor hermano. Gracias, David. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the donations, man. Gracias, man. That's a business duck. Yeah, but I can't call it a duck. I think that's more of a shame. I think that the boxing fans should understand how other fighters are trying to shame another fighter, but the thing is they can't talk about the business publicly. You know what I'm saying? They can't talk about it publicly because there's a lot of things within the contracts that you cannot say publicly. So people just stay, yeah, call me a duck, call me this, call me that. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, who we want to see? Who we want to see? Who's locked in a promotional? Who's locked in? Okay, Xander Zayas don't got a network deal. But they got a little network deal on the side. The Puerto Rican, they got a little network, not a big. What's the network deal that Top Rank got? Not a big deal. So Xander Zayas goes to the zone, and Top Rank doesn't want him to go to the zone. And Top Rank doesn't want to facilitate Xander Zayas to go to the zone. Tubi, right? Okay, Xander Zayas. We want to see a Xander Zayas, right? Xander Zayas and Xander Zayas is telling come to Puerto Rico. Josh Kelly, come to Puerto Rico. Josh Kelly's with the zone, Matchroom Boxing. If Josh Kelly goes to Puerto Rico and find Tubi, Josh Kelly will have to give Eddie Hearn 20% on top of the 3% of the belt of the IBF. In top of the belt fee, think about this, folks. Do you know that the challenger needs to pay belt fee for the fight, for the belts that he's fighting for? If he wins the belt, he got to pay for those belt fees, ladies and gentlemen. So Josh Kelly will have to pay for 3 sanctioning bodies. He will have to pay this. So that's what? That's 9%. 20% just to leave your network to Tubi. Now you got taxes. Now you got this. So when a Josh Kelly, let's say if a Josh Kelly says, shit, you got to give me $7 million. Yo, he's overpricing himself. Do you know how much percentage they're going to take away from this guy? No, the 3%. The 3% could be negotiable, but the 3% could be in anything. It could be in any. It could be like $50 million, and it would be negotiable. Yeah, the belt fee is very, very stingy. But what I'm saying is, it's not. Put it this way. Teofimo Lopez, I'm going to give you an indication how I feel like the politics, man, they took advantage of Teo, in my opinion. Teo took it a purse bid. He left, so he fought George Cambosa on the zone. Teofimo Lopez needed to give 20% to Bob Arum. He needed to give 20% to Bob Arum, I believe, right? Top Rank. Teofimo Lopez has to pay for the IBF, WBA, WBO, and the franchise. I was mad at that. I said, yo, man, drop that franchise, bro. You got to go and have to pay. The Mauricio Sudom going to make you pay. So remember, for $1 million is $30,000. Teofimo Lopez got paid how much? How much Teofimo Lopez got paid to fight George Kambosos? What was it? $3.9 million? 3.1, $3.9 million, 3.1, I believe, when it got to the zone. Then tax. How much he came out with? That's crazy. That's crazy. So there's fighters out there that it's not that they don't want to become unified champions or they don't want to become undisputed. You know what the real shit is? You can't afford to be undisputed. There's fighters that just can't afford to be a unified champion. There's fighters out there that just can't afford to be a champion. And they don't want, if they're getting $1 million, they don't want that 30%. I mean, that 3%. They don't want to get that 3%. Thus, remember back in the days, Floyd Mayweather versus, what's his name? Baldomir. Baldomir said, I don't want to pay the sanctioning fee. I want to keep all that money to myself. Baldomir didn't want to pay the sanctioning fee when he fought Floyd Mayweather. That's crazy. It's crazy. So with the J. Opetaia, I feel like they robbed him because I think the IBF learned what the WBC did, was going through with Terence Bud Crawford, in which they sanctioned a fight without him paying the sanctioning fee. Shakur Stevenson, he fought Teofimo Lopez without paying the sanctioning fees, in which they wanted him to pay the sanctioning fee before he stepped inside the ring. And shit, IBF learned from the WBC situation that they had with Terence Bud Crawford and say, you know what? Pay the sanctioning fee. Yeah. Then as soon as they got the $80,000 from J. Opetaia, what they did? Strip them. At least he ain't gonna fuck us like Terence Bud Crawford did the WBC. So you know what? I think there is a disservice to these fighters. You know what I'm saying? And it all boils down to all these dudes are mad at Turki Al-Sheikh and taking their frustration on the fighters. They mad at Dana White. They mad at TKO. They mad. But they lost. You guys lost already. You guys were sleeping on the wheel. You guys took the forbidden fruit. Y'all ate the apple. Y'all thought everything was all fine and dandy. And there was a plan. So in that sense, you got to respect, bro. You got to respect. You can't knock the hustle. Like Jay-Z said, can't knock the hustle. Turki Al-Sheikh, Dana White got these dudes, bro, crying like bitches. Let's be real. They all crying, man. They all crying. Frank Warren suing. Oh, I thought that Turki was but you was holding Turki Al-Sheikh's hand, Frank Warren, and now you suing? Oh, you know why? Because he cut him off. That's it. We got Dana. We got that's it. I'm not giving you no more fights. I don't need you anymore. That's what Turki is saying, basically. I don't need you. That's it. I use you. That's it. And they mad. They all mad. They mad. Eddie Hearn is not mad at Dana White that kind of been signed with Sufa. Because just like Eddie Hearn said, everything that Dana White does is what Turki wants. Duh. So who you think it was playing? You think that Dana White really knows a lot about Conor Benn? Oh shit, yeah, Conor Benn, he deserved $15 million. You really think that was Dana White's plan? Eddie know whose plan that was. Eddie know who the plans that was, but he can't cross that bridge. He can't burn that bridge because they still got business with the darts, with Matchroom Sports. That's why they can't call him out, but they know who they mad. So they use Dana White. They try to be mad at Dana White, and they know they're not mad at Dana White. They know they mad at the who's behind paws of Dana White, but they don't have the balls to call out his name because he got them by the balls. They don't got the balls to call Turki out his name because Turki got all of them by the balls. All of them. And probably got that paperwork too. And the zone is the only place you can make money. He got him by the balls, bro. I took your belt, the ring. I have 13% of the zone. I have it all. You guys were sleeping on the wheel, you damn sluts. I have you all. I came to the strip club and all you guys felt for money. Dance for me now, bitches. Dance for me now. You got, hey yo, you gotta love the hustle though. You gotta appreciate. You don't got it's like it's a gangster's playground. We don't gotta like it, but if this is a movie, like chess and stuff, literally, I got them all. I told you go to the boom boom room. All I have to do is give you this, and you will do as I say. All of you. Everybody was holding his hand. Everybody was happy. Everybody was happy. Eddie Hearn was holding his hand. Everybody was holding his hand. And now you mad because he let go of y'all. Get the fuck off from me, all right? I'm done with you hoes. And now these guys are mad like scorn bitches, like bitter baby mamas in family court, because now he got his bottom down bitches, Dana White. Here's mine, all right? Fuck you, I don't need none of you anymore. Don't ask me for money. Don't ask for nothing. The belts matter, and everybody's saying the belts matter and the tradition. I don't give a fuck about your tradition. I don't give a fuck. This is Sufa. It's my belt, and ring is the lineage. Just like you said, everyone said that the lineage is the most prestige belt in the fucking world. I have it. I bought it from you. Yo, those are literally boxes. Yo, Turkey played all of them love. That shit is funny seeing them cry. It's just funny. It's funny seeing them cry. Yo, you saw how Eddie Hearn looked like he was about to cry when he lost Conor Ben. You see that you know who's behind this Virgil Ortiz and Golden Boy Promotions. We know that shit, bro. Yo, he played them all, bro. You got Daryl's people, the IBF, fucking robbing $80,000, stripping. You got these dudes mad at Turkey. I said, don't. Bud Crawford's like, yo, I gotta pay them that sanctioning fee. You don't have to do that shit. Don't pay Chocolate Thunder, right? I take care of it. He won't do nothing. He will lay a hand on you, right? You're protected by me, Chocolate Thunder. Remember that. You're protected by me. Oh, you think out of all these years, we know Terrence Bud Crawford. We know Terrence Bud Crawford is tough. But Terrence Bud Crawford was very professional, very polite to everybody. Terrence Bud Crawford been paying sanctioning fees his whole career. He's been a champion for nearly damn 14 years. He knows what it is. But don't pay them. Fuck them. Now you hear a guy that became a 3-division undisputed world champion saying the belts doesn't matter. The belts doesn't matter. Oh, after you gain everything, because the man with the flying carpet gave the battery on all these guys back. Man, fuck, I ain't giving no damn 303. I ain't giving no $1.5 million. I ain't giving nobody. I ain't giving the sanctioning fees. I don't got to pay. We champions. I don't got to pay for shit. But why didn't Terrence Bud Crawford have all this energy when Earl Spence was talking about the belt fees in the New York City press conference? Terrence Bud Crawford didn't say anything about it. But now he got a battery. You will not pay. Yo, but I gotta pay. You would not pay them, Chocolate Thunder. I got everything figured out. We're Sofa and Ring, and that's it. Fuck them. Everybody saw what I saw. Everybody see you become a 3-division undisputed world champion. This is my dream, all right? I saw it. We accomplished it. Now fuck them. Don't pay. Oh, shit, man. But folks, man. Tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow's another. Hey, yo, I think that I truly think that Turkey did email me, man. I think I got an email from a turkey, bro. I'm that serious, bro. A while ago. Y'all think it's real? To 12 million to fight progress is insane work. Come on, we know who's behind that. Queso, 12 million, 15, 12 million to fight Regis Progress. You know for damn sure that ain't no damn Dana White money. That's Dana White. We know that's not Dana White money. We know how Dana White pays. Dana White didn't become a sugar daddy overnight. We know there's only one sugar daddy in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? There's only one sugar daddy, and that is me. Somebody try to put fear on me, bro. I ain't lying, bro. Y'all think I be lying, right? Watch, I'm gonna show y'all right here. Y'all think I'm lying. All right. Let me see if I find it. Y'all think I'm lying, right? I got y'all think I'm lying. I got this email. Y'all let me know if I'm lying. I got this email. I don't know if it was a troll. I got this email. This was June 21, 2025. Look, I'm going to show y'all. Look, I don't know what's that. They said, look, sir, can I buy your channel? Look at that. That's me. Check this out. I said, how much you willing to pay, sir? I'm trying to troll because I don't know if it's a troll, so I'm trolling back. How much you willing to pay, sir? You know what I'm saying? Because I heard that damn he bought Michael Benson's Twitter. You feel me? I'm like shit, and I heard there was rumors that he bought Michael Benson's Twitter that is now the Ring magazine Twitter, and I heard that it was for $10 million. I said shit, right? Let me see. I said, yeah, I'm how much you willing to pay, sir? Hold on. Look at this. Thanks, bro. But I'm not staying in boxing long. Once I seen the bro, I said, okay, so that all right. Once I seen the bro, I said, okay. All right, this is troll. But at first, I'm like, hey, what the fuck? No. What else? There was another one. Hold on. There was another one. Pera, look at that. Míralo aquí. Esto aquí, mira, look. Please be kind on the boxing post. I read all views. Hello, my friend. Please be kind of the boxing. And I'm like, yo, is that turkey for real? Right? Look. I said, yes, sir. I said, we'll do, my friend. Keep boxing great again, right? He replies, thank you. Watch your channel and see huge potential. And then, if you know Jake's Paul contact details, please let me know as I am trying to sign him also. Speak soon, amigo. That's when I'm like, okay. It's kind of weird. He said Turkey got tacos. Hey, yo. But anyway, man. Tomorrow we back at it, 7:30, 8 p.m. Eastern time. You know, I got to run now. You know, somos pobres aquí. Somos pobres. A trabajar. Lo fuimos a trabajar. Before you go, which robbery was worse? Cirilla versus Progress or Rolly versus, you already know? El viejo. Se lo robaron over here. El viejo. No, el viejo. We have to get el viejo back in the ring, okay? Give el viejo back, all right? He needs his get back. El viejo. Huh? No, Ishmael Borrazo. But Ishmael Borrazo got robbery. They robbery him. They robbery, bro. Robbery him. Ya tú sabes, man. Anyway, man. Tomorrow we back at it. Tomorrow we back at it. Love you, man. Love you guys, man. Thank you for the support today, man. Thank you for the donations. Queso, Caesar. Thank you for the new members, man. I appreciate y'all to the fullest. Hope everything is good. Hope your health is well and your family, everything is good and intact. Y'all already know, man. If y'all ever had you got any, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to talk about anything, man? Y'all already know what my email's at. Y'all could chop it up with me and whatever, man. Y'all already know you my brother. Queso. Love you and love each and every one of you. High, low, everybody. Peace out.